Well, hi everyone, welcome to class. This is, of course, Data Management and Analytics. A little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Andrew Miller. You can, of course, call me Dr. Miller, that's totally fine. I got my PhD a couple years back at Mississippi State University. I've been teaching now, this is about my 6th or 7th year at the university level. Really excited to be here. While I'm not teaching, I might be working. I am a consultant at AI Metrica, which is a consulting firm that does a lot of grants and other sort of activities like that. Really enjoy both positions that I have. Really fortunate to have both of them as well. A little bit else about me. I enjoy all sorts of outdoor activities. I've made it a goal to visit every state park in Georgia, and I'm a good chunk of the way there. About 60% as of the recording of this video. Maybe by the time you watch it, maybe I'll have visited all of the parks. I enjoy hiking, kayaking, playing tennis, pickleball, just a lot of stuff in the outdoors, stuff I really enjoy. So let's get right into talking about the class. So this is a Maymester class. So not only is it an online format, it's also going to move quickly. And I think you can keep up. I don't think there's too much to worry about there. But ultimately, the goals of this class is not just to fulfill some requirement that you have to graduate. Obviously, that's important. Graduation's important. It's the key to a lot of positions in life. But I don't want you to think of this class as just ticking a box toward that degree. I hope, and it's my goal, that you gain valuable knowledge, valuable insight into data, into analyzing data, into making good business decisions. That's really a big focus of this class. So we start off talking about what data is, then we talk about data models. Once we've sort of talked about data models, we then move to databases. Okay, so we move pretty quickly for those first couple of modules, and we'll spend some time on databases. And ultimately, we're going to wrap up with a module on Tableau. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to save students money. Okay, I'm not one of those people who wants to have their students spend a bunch of money. I'm kind of the opposite. Okay, so we actually have a former faculty at UGA wrote an online open access textbook. You can access it for free. I've got a link in the syllabus. If you just search for the title, you should find it as well. We'll also have a few other readings, materials, and stuff posted to ELC. So that kind of is a good point for me to bring in the resources that we have. Now, this is an online course, so ultimately it's kind of up to you to find what is the best way for you to learn the material. You have a textbook that's free. I've gone ahead and I've posted links to a lot of my older recorded lectures. Made those over COVID. I have been fortunate to have a couple years worth of lectures recorded on my YouTube channel already. I understand lectures aren't for everyone. So what I will also be doing is I will be making sort of shorter little lecture-like things. So I'm going to target those links to about 5 to 10 minutes. So that combined with the old lectures, combined with the slides that are posted, combined with the textbook, and other online resources as well. So ultimately, it's my goal that between all of those plus hands-on practice, that something there helps it click with you. Okay. In addition to all of that, I will be hosting sort of drop-in office hours twice a week. The dates and times are to be determined, but be on the lookout for a survey. It's my goal to have them at a time that as many people as possible can attend. So be on the lookout for that. So the software that we'll be using in this class, we'll be using MySQL Workbench as well as MySQL Community Server. Those two pieces of software are going to be what we'll be using for the bulk of the class. In addition to that, for the last week of class, we'll be working with Tableau. Now, Tableau is one example of an analytics platform, and it's relatively commonly used within industry. It's not the only one, but the principles and stuff that we'll be using with it should hold true regardless of the piece of software. So another thing I'll make note of there, I've bolded this and underlined it in the syllabus here. Go ahead, request your Tableau license now. It takes about 3 to 5 days to receive your actual license that you'll need for this class. Now, if you get to the point where you sort of realize, oh, I didn't do that, and it's that last week of class, go ahead and request it. But you might end up having to use the free trial. The good news is that with it being a Maymester class, you're not going to need the software for very long. So if you have to use a free trial, that's an option, but you do get a 1-year Tableau license. So go ahead and do that now. Don't cheat in this class. The withdrawal deadlines listed there. There's some other policies and stuff. I'll let you sort of read them. Don't turn in your work late. Ultimately, I only accept one category late, and that is the sort of homework assignments type thing. Everything else is not accepted late. That's your quizzes, exams, project, course evaluation. I cannot accept that stuff late. So make sure you get that stuff submitted in advance of the deadline. For quizzes and exams, they will be open for a 24-hour window. So they will start at 12:01 a.m. on the day they're due, and you have until 11:59 p.m. on the day they're due to submit them. So make sure you get those done in that time. Some other policy stuff, I'm not gonna go through all that. Here's how you're graded. Grades are important. If you want to be successful, you want to keep a good eye on your grades. So for this class, almost every category is worth 20%. You'll have a group project. I'll be sending out more information about that in about a week. Get you started on that. You'll have basically until the end of the semester to get that turned in. And it's going to be sort of all-encompassing. You're going to be doing essentially what we've done throughout this semester, putting it into a project with real data. So it should be something that's a lot of fun. At least I hope so. You'll also be doing exercises. Those are those homework assignments I was talking about. It says paired work. You can certainly work together on them. I don't require that. I think for a short-term Maymester class where it's online, you probably will find that it's easier to just knock the stuff out on your own. But if you work together, that's totally fine as well. So then there's individual work. Those include quizzes, the first and the second exam, as well as our course evaluation bonus. So quizzes, pretty self-explanatory. They're ELC quizzes. You have one attempt at them. Make sure you get them done by the deadline. Same thing with the exams. Make sure you do them by the deadline. And then that course evaluation bonus is worth 1% on your final grade. So the highest possible score in the class is 101. To the right in this column over here, you have the final grade categories. You can see how those are rounded. I'll let you read that on your own. It pretty much covers everything. I'm not going to read the entire schedule to you, but I do want you to keep note of the pace. Okay, this is a Maymester class. In Maymester classes, we take an entire 16-week class and we shrink it down to about 2.5 weeks. So that means we're going to move quickly. We're not going to make haste. We're going to make progress. And you can see that today we're pretty much focusing on the introduction, the syllabus, as well as process versus data. And I want you to read chapters 1 and 2 of the textbook. Okay, we're not going to focus a whole lot on that, but we are going to use that. Then we move right into data modeling. Now, keep in mind that for a Maymester class, the university allocates the equivalent of 150 minutes each day, Monday through Friday. So normally I'd like to spend a week on data modeling, but we're spending one day on it. So we're gonna go ahead and knock out, I've got some lectures already posted for that. I'm gonna also make some short videos to sort of explain some of the different components of data modeling, how we read things, all that. But also make sure you read chapter 7 in the textbook. Then the next day, you'll have the data modeling assignment and the data modeling quiz both due at 11:59 p.m. We'll also be starting a new module that day, the single entity. Okay, so you'll notice that the chapters, we don't exactly go in the order of the textbook. I kind of go in my own order. I do that on purpose. I think it's a much better way of sort of teaching. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of different thoughts about what is the best order to teach a database class in. I'm of the opinion to start off by talking about what data is, then you talk about how you model data, and then you jump right in to SQL and actually using and creating databases and filling databases. But again, there's a lot of different perspectives there. I'm not saying one is better or worse than the other. That's just the perspective that I personally have. So I'll let you read the rest of this schedule on your own. But apart from that, don't hesitate to reach out. Email is the best way to get a hold of me over summer. I do think that I will probably be on campus for office hours. So if it's more convenient to visit in person, you're more than welcome to. I'll send that information out as soon as the times and stuff are finalized. But I do want to make sure that you have my email. Now, I'll also make note of this. Okay, I often say this, and it's kind of a lighthearted thing. But I'm not a loser. Okay, I have a life outside of teaching. And that's not shocking. I just mentioned all my hobbies, second career, all sorts of things. So I'm not able to respond to your emails 24/7. So what I would say with that is make sure you work ahead where possible. Okay. I do my best to respond to emails in the morning and in the afternoon. Okay. And if I can respond to other times, I will. But generally speaking, I go through my inbox in the morning, reply to everything, and in the afternoon and reply to everything. So if you can work ahead a day or two, I think that'd be a very good thing for you. I'll do my best to have stuff posted. Like I said, I've already got some older lectures that I've done for previous database classes posted. I think those will be very helpful if you choose to watch them, because ultimately, I view my role as a Maymester instructor as giving you a bunch of content and letting you choose how you want to learn. Okay, you still have to learn what you need to, but you have some flexibility with how exactly you go about that. There's a lot of example content and a lot of just various exercises and stuff that are not for a grade, that are posted to bolster your understanding of data management and analytics. So like I say, it's really up to you how you choose to learn, but don't hesitate to reach out. That's all I've got for this video. Make sure you read the rest of the syllabus. Go ahead and get started on chapters 1 and 2, talking about process versus data. If you want to check out the old lecture on that, you can. It's totally up to you. There's also some slides posted. However you find it best, make sure you knock all that out. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you again.